And here we go, it's another Saturday and I'm officially back for another stream. So, today we're gonna do another grid drive and it's probably gonna be the last one on this channel because last week I already announced it. The drives just are no longer what they used to be. The people don't put any work in it and I feel like that you people deserve better. And so from this week onward, we will just play some games and I find some other stuff to do on Sundays or on Saturdays. So yeah, bear with it. We are doing another last grid drive today and let's get to Second Life right away. And here we are. So I've already looked into the hut and it seems that we got 8 legs today and 2 of them are fairly short, but the majority is terribly long again, and we are already looking at the first leg at 7,000 meters distance, which is probably not gonna be very fun, but we are driving it either way because we always do, and it's the last time, so let's make the best of it. There we go. Oh, I could have. Yeah, let's get the Marauder out. That is a little more befitting the background music. Here we go. Then we can definitely drive the Honda later. Okay, it's just taking a while it seems. Oh no, is it already this laggy? Come on. Alright, here we go. That is not a good sign though. Alright, here we go. It's the last drive and the first leg. Oh, I think it's a little loud. I recently made the Second Life sounds a bit louder again, but for the drives that is not a good idea. Also, I can't believe that it's been another week again. The time is just flying by and oh my gosh, the weather has been crazy last week. I think it was on Thursday where I was just looking out of the window and everything was fine. It was a bit grey, but all in all quite an okay day. And we had about 14 degrees or something and I opened the window because I decided in the morning that I would have some garlic sausage for breakfast, which was a bad idea because I had work this day. But yeah, so sausage with the garlic and that pretty much had led to me opening the window at work. And when I was sitting there with the open window, everything was fine at first, but suddenly the temperature shifted so much and we literally got a lot of wind. It was a real storm, to be honest. And out of nowhere we suddenly got hail. So let me put this straight for a minute. I'm sitting there, 14 degrees, and it's a cockey day. And then within just a few minutes, storm, hail, and about a drop of maybe 10 degrees. That was crazy. I was sitting there like I was sitting in a fridge. It was so cold, oh my gosh. So yeah, I definitely closed the window after I realized how cold it got, and I think it lasted for 10-15 minutes maybe, and then suddenly it was over again. And the temperature went up by 6 degrees again, but I stayed kinda grey. But it was just really insane how quick this not just arrived, but also was over again. But yeah, we are coming to the end of March and I guess it's just April weather. Yeah, I did not get any better in driving the bike. Oh, do I even get this out of there? This is gonna be interesting. There we go. But yeah, the rest of the week was pretty uneventful, I have to say. Work was pretty normal. We again did not get the code from the external company, so we are basically still waiting for stuff in order to proceed ourselves. It's kinda annoying, but it is what it is, and it could be worse, to be honest. So yeah, I've been trying to sleep a little bit more, which is probably a very healthy decision, and I think I also feel a little better since I get more sleep again. Okay, that was interesting, I guess. Here we go. So yeah, there's a bit of stuff that I'm currently working on and looking into, and I think we are getting some updates on some games pretty soon, so we can play these ones. We have not finished a lot of Peak yet, we still got to play some Among Us again. I feel like since we only do these Saturday streams, we have been playing a lot less games, which potentially made watching it a little bit more boring as well, but this is definitely gonna change since, yeah, these drives are just not what they used to be. So stick around and make sure to click the like and the follow button so you are not missing out when we are starting playing the real games again. Also, I'm currently considering to make a little video where I'm basically talking about the recent Bone Reapers update for 2026, including some deck building or list building and all of this stuff. But this is probably not something that you guys are much into, I'm not sure. I just know that my interests are all over the place. So yeah. Also, if you just can't hear for the drives, I don't know what to tell you, man. These drives are just really weird recently, and it's the last 2 or 3 ones were so bad. And if you're really missing them a lot, drop it into the comments, I guess, but most of the time I think you guys just watch anyways, no matter what we do, so we can also do some stuff that is more fun to watch. Oh my gosh. I almost crashed right into the wall. But we're almost at the end of the first leg, and I think today is 8 legs in total, which is quite a lot. I'm just hoping that it's not 1.5 hours again, though. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. People are just watching because the streams are chill and the content is usually entertaining and funny, I guess. Oh, I hope. So we don't really need these drives to bore the people to death. And if they get more interesting again, or if I find a drive that is worth driving, we can always do one again, but for the time being, I think everybody needs a little break from these, and we're just going back to playing some games. Which is not just for the channel, but also for the watchers. So all in all, just a good decision, I guess. And I found a really cute game that I originally wanted to keep for my vacation time, but we can definitely play this next week, I guess. Oh my gosh. Okay, I did not see that coming. And we are getting quite far, of course. Okay, let's just get back to the road. I was just evading the bus. And there we go. I thought I saw some mushrooms in the forest, so I went there, but there was no mushroom. Oh, we are already there. Parking in the middle of nowhere again. And speaking about mushrooms, we actually got a lot of those in Germany, and when I was still a kid, we would go to the forest and we actually harvested some of the forest mushrooms there. But only about 2 or 3 of them, because it was my grandma that usually cleaned them and prepared them for food, and she only knew about 2 or 3 of them, and she didn't want to poison us, so... I'm not gonna lie, that was really tasty stuff though. Yeah, sometimes I just think that the bike tries to kill me or something. Ooh, there's a donut store. I wonder where the cops are. There's no way that there's a donut store but no cops around. Okay, so since this is a plot, I am pretty sure that we are going to ride a boat. Or maybe we get teleported, and that could be as well. Oh, maybe it's helicopter time. What the heck? So we have been walking to the helicopter landing pad just to rest a boat. That is really strange. Also, I'm not seeing the water, which is a bit of a problem. Let's see. There we go. I think I still had this weird stuff from the last time on. So, a boat. What do we use for a boat? I think maybe this one. Yeah, speaking about lunchtime, I don't think I actually had any lunch yet. But I will definitely have some after the stream. Also interesting to see that this tower is just in the middle of the water. Right, boat time. That actually raises a question. So, if I'm riding a boat and there is so much wind coming into my face that it literally pulls back my skin and makes it really stretchy and, you know, look really tight, is that Botox? It's just some temporary Botox. Yeah, that was a stupid joke. I apologize. That was a stupid joke. But I think you pretty much had enough time to get used to them. My jokes are usually so flat they can escape under the door. I think there's a new Mario movie coming out in April. I'm kinda looking forward to it because obviously Nintendo and Super Mario, I think it's called Galaxy or something, is definitely a big part of my childhood, and even though I didn't really play many of the games recently, it's still a big deal, so I'm really looking forward to it. And the first movie was not bad at all. I mean, it could have been definitely better, but yeah, I don't know, it's just Super Mario, and I really want to watch it, I guess. But I'm not sure if I watch it in the movies, in the theaters, or if I just wait until it's on TV or something. I guess I kinda have to watch it in order to be able to talk about it. But then again, I don't want to spoil anything to people who didn't watch it yet, so I guess I can just take my time with it. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. I've also found a very, very fun game that I think is very underappreciated. It's on Steam and it's called Strange Seed. It plays a little bit like Spore. I'm not sure if you know it, but Spore is basically just you are a little creature and you try to change your DNA and become something bigger and stronger, and a Strange Seed is super fun. It's indeed so much fun that I played it about 40 hours on, I think, 2 days. And I think we get evicted pretty soon. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I've been seeing that they will have an update very soon. If they do, then we definitely play this on stream. Also, hey there, Frank. I definitely have not seen you in a while. How have you been? Let's just reroute this really quick. Also, I've been quite well, I guess. Wait a second. Star Fox is gonna be in the Super Mario movie? That is very weird. That is really, really weird. Star Fox is such a thing, though. I really love the Star Fox franchise and all, and the games, but I really hate what they are doing with it. Because every single time they release a new Star Fox game, they pretty much use it or abuse it to test stuff. Usually that just backfires really bad. So yeah, I don't know, that is probably even why we don't see many new games. And because they always flop. And they usually just flop because they make no Star Fox game out of it. And it would be so easy, to be honest. It would be so easy. I'm not sure if you guys know the game Shinobido. The new game is called Wild Blue Skies. That is a really strange name, to be honest. Oh my gosh. Okay, today is definitely wild again. But yeah, what I was about to say, I find it so sad that they are just throwing away the entire potential of Star Fox games. It's on Steam. Okay, I definitely have to check this out later. It is so weird. But yeah, I actually got a big idea for a Star Fox game, but yeah, since I'm not working for Nintendo, yeah, I'm not waking up for Nintendo either, but I'm also not working for them. It is such a wasted potential, to be honest. The Star Fox team is basically just a group of mercenaries. If you just create a game where you install maybe 2 or 3 rivaling systems and place the Star Fox team inside of a little gimmick that is just giving you some missions that slowly over time change your, okay, we're going into the wrong direction here, and slowly changes how strong the fractions are and how they stand to you. Then they could definitely make something that is very close to Shinobido. And you could even get different endings based on who you are supporting and who is winning, and if you just keep them on level, you could get a secret ending and stuff. And I think this would be so much closer to the Star Fox theme than anything that they are doing. And they should also stick more to the space fights and pretty much stop with all the strange stuff like transforming the Irving into a walker or something. That is just so bizarre. And if you make it such a system where you can just decide for a mission, decide where and who you are fighting for, then you could even go as far and install some rivaling mercenary groups or clans maybe. And they are also doing some random missions in the back. So that is also having an effect on the storyline and stuff like this. You can update your pilot, you can update your spaceship, and you even got some defending missions for the Great Fox that is under attack. There is so much stuff that you can do, and one of the most things that I think we need definitely is a character creator. You should be able to be your own character on the Great Fox, and you should be able to take 2 or 3 people on every mission. So you got your character on, you got some wingman, and based on the results of the mission, everybody gets some experience, and you can unlock some skills and abilities on every fighter, and that would be so much more interesting than anything Nintendo has given us. Well, I think Pokemon is a definitely different story. They have just been sitting on their stuff and pretty much cashed it out as much as they can, but now that Pearl World has assembled and made an example, a lot of different monster games are pretty soon coming to Steam. And one of them is Amiibo, I think, which is pretty big at the moment. And it's not even out yet, it is still in a sort of a beta. Oh, you're always free to share your ideas. And honestly, I would love to make games, but it is very hard to get into one of these positions. But I think in terms of thinking in systems and trying to create them into a world and giving them some gimmicks, I'm kinda skilled at it, I think, but yeah, it's just pretty useless if you can't make games, and all of your favorite games are in the hands of people that just make crap out of it. That is so sad. Oh, I remember this island. We've been here searching for some treasures underground. Or rather, underwater. I find it a shame that Pokemon actually went and forbid Pearl World the use of mounts. That is so rotten. And now in the last game series that they released, I think it's, what is it called? CA or something, ZA. I have no idea, the one where you're just always within this one large city. They have stolen so many ideas from Pal World, it's crazy. Bay of Wow. What a name. We're getting pretty close though. I successfully changed my car invoice for insurance. The last one just wanted to increase my yearly bill by 80 bucks for no reason at all. I didn't have a crash or anything, and that was just beyond me, so I just went and tried to talk to them. But they didn't want to talk about it, so I just left them. Okay. Yeah, I think they have been milking the EV for quite a while. I'm not really a fan of all of the evolutions, to be honest. I know that it got quite a large fan base, but that's not for me, to be honest. Even though I have to say that Flareon kinda looks like a little Firefox, but that is just not enough. Here we go. Finally back on land. My favorite Pokemon are actually Delphox and Solrock. These are definitely my top two. Basically because they are foxes, but they're also very cool. Also, I really hate what they did with Feevil. This thing is so ugly, oh my god. That is not a fox, it's kind of a canine that looks like Vario. Champion. Okay. Yeah, I can definitely see it in front of my eyes. And Champion looks like a little mushroom with boxing gloves. Which brings us back to the entire mushroom theme. Champion. Oh my god. And we are also still missing a steel type EV, but Champion. Okay, I guess we're just starting over here. There we go. I did not expect to be turning so quickly. Okay, let's get back to the formatting. And here we go. What the heck, I just flew back here because the arrow said so. Okay, let's go back again. Oh, we are not even starting yet, I see. Alright, let's get back down. There we go. I guess that is true, but we always got Arcanine and whatever the other version is called. And we also got McNayan, which is kind of a wolf, I guess. And then it's also a Houndoom, which is kind of a demon wolf or fox or something. A skull dog, maybe. So we definitely got some canines. I think they are pretty much running out of ideas, to be honest. I've been trying to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Recently, and oh my god. The recent Yu-Gi-Oh! Is just not what it used to be. I still remember when I started into Yu-Gi-Oh! We just got the Kaiba and Yugi structure decks. So I started with the Legend of the Blue Eyes booster packs. And that was just back and forth. You usually played like maybe 15 to 20 rounds every duel, and nowadays if you start the duel then you are very likely to win, because the decks these days are just built to go through maybe half of your deck, half of your graveyard, half of your extra deck, and all of this in the first round. And by the end of it, your entire play area is looking like you have been playing 20 rounds. And half of the stuff got negation, and if your opponent can't do anything at the moment or against it, this is game over. They can pretty much negate everything that is on your hand, and you never get to play the game. And it's so stupid. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of modern Yu-Gi-Oh!, but I still try to play it on Master Duels, and I've had some wins actually, which is quite a big deal, to be honest. Yeah, I still think that we need some much stricter ban lists for all of the hand traps and some of the high combo lists. And the lag is super bad over here, oh my gosh. Alright, we have arrived. Oh, you definitely get some credit for it. It's creative, it's just very funny that it sounds like a champignon. So I would definitely give it a mushroomy outside. But with some boxing gloves. The real question is, how would the evolution fight? Because it's always a quadruped, so it's walking on all fours, and that is kinda hard for many canines. Also, I think that you already got some sort of fighting, or I think it's rock, with the Wolfer Rock. That is pretty much your fighting or your rock heavy. Okay, we are back in a road vehicle. And I guess we can use the Honda. I think if they ever make a steel type EV, then it is probably gonna be some sort of a metal toaster dog. I think there actually was one of those in The Secret of Evermore for, I think it was the Super Nintendo. That was such a great game, oh my gosh. And you basically had a little dog that started off as a wolf. Then it became a wind dog, then a poodle, and then finally just an electric dog toaster. The game was really hard though. You had to farm and grind and oh my gosh. But it was really great. Okay, I think we are stopping on the elevator over here. Ah, for frick's sake. No, I think that was right. I think that was right. Now we are driving on the little elevator and then we are clicking it again and then we get down to the ground level. There we go. But I always think that we are already on it when I click it. This is a very bouncy elevator. Boing, boing, boing. Oh, we're already there. Alright then. Where do we go? Oh, don't even get me started. I think I got about 8 Pokemon decks, which are a lot of foxes to be honest, and I think a festival deck. And then I think at the moment I'm sitting at 152 Yu-Gi-Oh decks. I even had to get some new display cases for them. Oh, that's an NPC car, okay. That was really some movement there. Oh my gosh, there was another corner. Whoopsie. Honestly, I think if you make a fighting type Eevee, then it's probably just having some sort of a spiky tail or maybe a knuckle tail which it uses to fight. That is probably the only way that I can see some fighting type Eevee happening. What I really prefer about Yu-Gi-Oh! Is that they reprint a lot of stuff. And they make literally every card available to everybody, which is really nice because they don't cost a lot. You can get so many cards for just 10 cents on the trading card market, I think it's called. And even the rare ones, because a lot of people like to play with shinies. You can even get a lot of rare cards for just $1. And if I compare this with Pokemon, where you basically just permanently fight against the rotation, they call it rotation, where half of your stuff is just rendered unplayable just by rules again. And all of the cards that were in former sets never appear again. That is just kind of miserable because the Pokemon cards get really expensive. And that is something that I not see on Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there you can just, you go on eBay or the trading card market and you can get your deck for maybe 40 to 60 bucks. And half of it is also shiny. Good luck trying this on Pokemon. Depending on the deck, you get poor for this. Funny fact, my last Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck that I'm playing still on Master Duel Online is actually a sushi worship deck. And it's called the Ganken Sushi. And the entire thing about the deck is that you are trying to combine rice and toppings and create battleships with it. And it's so funny because they are not bad at all. They are obviously outdated a lot, and against modern decks it is very hard. But I still get some wins, and that's always quite funny when I do. And a lot of people actually underestimate them. And now I'm kinda curious though. I have never met anyone who got more decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! 152 theme decks that are all play ready is quite a lot. Yeah, sadly you see this a lot because of scalpers. Because every time Pokemon is releasing a new set, they just do not print enough. And a lot of people just buy them on bulk and then try to resell them for much more money. And since this is causing some fake, what do you call it, some fake shortage of items, the prices are just always insane for new stuff. And this is something that I also hate. And something that you also don't see on Yu-Gi-Oh! Because you just get collector sets, you get gold sets, you get legacy sets, you just have so many ways to get the same cards that you want everywhere that you never get this kind of problem. And I also don't see why Pokemon is not just printing out more stuff. If they just printed more stuff 1 or 2 times, and they really made scalping unattractive again, they could definitely fight this off. To some degrees at least. But nope. It is just, oh my gosh. It is just accepted. Okay, we are getting some mushrooms. Are Goombas actually mushrooms, or are they just abominations? I'm still waiting for Mega Delphox, but it's just not happening. And I'm pretty sure that by the time it happens, the entire Mega Pokemon thing is already close to an end. They just released another shiny set, I think, which had some Mega Empoleon, I think, or maybe it was just another Mega Charizard again. And some Mega Gengar. I think I saw Gengar. But I think that they are really overdoing it with the Charizards. I get that a lot of people really like Charizard, but we don't need 5 or 6 Charizards before we got at least one version of all of the other starters. That is just so disrespectful. And I think Delphox is maybe the generation 6 or 7, I think. So that is taking ages. At least they are taking some time for the next Pokemon game. I think the next generation is only coming out in 2027. So still another full year till then. which is kind of rare, to be honest. A lot of game publishers do not take the time anymore. Oh my gosh. These NPC wikis are just everywhere. Oh my gosh. Well, this must be one heck of a shop if the cat just wanted to go here. Skins and mods. Okay. I don't think that the car needs a new skin. It still looks kind of laggy, but I think it actually calmed down a little bit. It feels like it was way worse before. I can't believe that the Elden Ring DLC has not been on a sale once. For at least a year, that is crazy. I really wanted to play this, but not for $40. I have recently put a Yu-Gi-Oh! Old Game collection on my watch list. If we get a good sale on this, then I can probably play some Dungeon Dice Monsters again. That was such a fun game. I have no idea why they never followed up on it. The last real version, and the only one actually, was for the Game Boy Advanced. I had such a fun playing this game. The only thing that ever got close to this again was the Capsule Monster Colosseum, I think. I think it was for PlayStation 2 or something. That is quite a shame. I know that they tried to make a theme card deck for this in the regular game. But it's so weird to play a dice game on a card game. Here we go. Okay, I'm just looking at the star. Ah, there we go. Oh, back to the shadows, oh my gosh. You are being damned into the shadow realm. But have a great day and thanks for stopping by. Oh, the pink soul store. I think they still got this little chibi doggy like looking thing over here. If it's short to rest, that is. Yep, doesn't seem to be the case. Nope, it's not racing at all. Alright, I think we have to go to another road vehicle. And we are back in the Super 80. One last look in the back mirror. Nope, it is still not rest. The pleasures of Second Life. Oh, the road is not rest either. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I remember this place. This is one of the laggiest sims in Second Life. I think it's because they got so many games and stuff rest out and a bunch of bots that it's just legging the sim to hell. See, once we get out of the sim, it's instantly better again. I knew it. I saw the turn on the minimap and the arrow on the hut, and I instantly knew that I should wait for the hut. It's interesting just how many fuel stations there are on Second Life. I wonder what the benefits are of having a fuel station. It kind of feels like a role-playing thing. Oh no. I see a giant spiral in the back. I hope we are not driving up all the spirals again. There's a corner incoming. There we go. Sometimes it's so important to just look at the minimap. I would have had no other way to tell that there was a turning. Oh, are we driving to another airport again? Oh yeah, I did not see it. Okay, the JGA airport. What a name. I think we are pretty close. Yes. Oh my gosh, I did not see this coming. Just temporarily left the road. And I guess the car just wants to go on without me. Wow, that was a trip. Okay, I'm pretty sure that we have to go over here. Let me just reset the hut. There we go. I knew it. Okay, that seems kinda shady and really strange. So I don't want this. Let's get rid of the car, and I guess we're getting back into a helicopter or something. Gosh dang it. Oh no, it's gonna be a long flight. That does not sound good. Okay, actually, if it's gonna be a long flight, then let me just be right back. 1, maybe 2 minutes. Wait. There we go. Oh my god, they were not lying about the long flight. Holy moly. Oh my gosh. I just realized I forgot to switch back to the real game. There we go. Why is there a tree in the sky? And off we go, I guess. Dun-dun-dun. Wow. I probably shouldn't have been flying into a sim that was not loaded yet. Okay, I guess we're just flying by ourselves. I've got no idea where the R-wing went. Oh, there it comes. Alright, we're just waiting for the next... Oh wait. This seems to be a racing area. Let me just get a new vehicle out. What a great start. There we go. Like nothing happens. Okay, since this is gonna be a long flight, I guess I have a lot of time to just think about what I'm gonna have for dinner. Well, I've been watching the 12th episode of Hatchling Dragon Reborn, and this entire series was just so annoying to watch. First, I think I talked about this before, but they have been stalling so much. And the last episode was basically nonsense, and it also ended on a huge cliffhanger. Okay, something strange is going on today. But yeah, I'm really unhappy because the series itself was really good. They just... I don't like how they did it. It's like they have been doing all of these episodes up to 10, and suddenly realized that they still need to come to an end, and the last 2 episodes felt so rushed and out of place. The ending was so bad. And I think a lot of animes actually ended this week, which is even worse because there was quite some good ones. Kind of makes me wonder what we are waiting for in the next season. Oh my gosh. The messages just don't stop at all. There we go. What a spam. Oh, it's the darling body guy again. How is this person still allowed to be on Second Life? She's just... spamming everywhere, oh my gosh. I know that she got at least 2 other places on the mainland that also spam these kind of scripts. I've just recently found out that there is actually a theme deck on Yu-Gi-Oh! That is like a circus or an amusement park. And it's called Amazement, which is so funny. I actually bought some of the cards and tried to assemble a deck, because I always wanted to have an amusement park as cards. And they got a lot of funny attractions in the traps. The spells are stuff like tickets and stuff. And as the monsters, I think you get the mascot, an assistant, a helper, and some sort of a director or something, or the manager. It is really funny. The biggest issue for me is always that right now it is super hard for me to get cards in English because since the United Kingdom is out of the European zone, I have to pay so many taxes and stuff that most of the English cards I have to try to get in Germany, which is really hard. Really hard. And everything that I need to import just costs so much. But I just for some reason prefer to play with English cards. I don't know why, but oh, fantastic. I just like the availability of having a universal language version of the card. Also, most of my daily life is completely in English, so I think for me it is actually easier to communicate in English than in German. Or at least to stream and engage in games in English. I know that sometimes it just seems like I am lacking some vocabulary, but believe me, that is just the same in German. Then again, show me a single person that never lacks the vocabulary that you just need in the very moment when you are just talking and the words are coming out as they come into your head. And sometimes when you are just talking faster than you can think, then yeah, this stuff just happens. Then you're fishing for words and sometimes you find synonyms and sometimes you don't. Okay, so we are flying to the Gateway International Airport. That sounds very familiar. I just think that we are supposed to be over the water, but as long as we don't get ejected, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's still get back down. There we go. Oh, I thought that there was just some Sims missing, but this is really just such a very short coastline. Holy moly. Also, I still wonder what happened to the movie industry because it kind of feels like we didn't get a lot of movies recently. When I think about the last 10 or 15 years, then we got so many movies every year, and recently it is so quiet. Or maybe it just feels like it because I'm no longer watching TV or anything. I actually don't even know when I had my TV online the last time. Or not online, but active. It's just been standing there and switched off all the time, and it is not even plugged in at the moment. And even before then, I think the last 2 years, I did not watch any TV. And the 2 years before that, I only used it for video games. So I really don't even need the television. I don't feel like I'm missing anything. I get most of my news from some online articles. And I got my games on Steam and I can even stream them easily with you guys. So yeah, what do you even need a television for? And let's be real, you can't even move the television with you, so half of the time it's just way better to just watch the stuff on laptop or maybe tablet. And if I think about the prices of televisions these days, you can get very good laptops or tablets for the same price. And just on a side note, I've been sleeping so good recently. I finally got used to all of the stuff that I bought new for my bed. And it's been really a bliss. So I can definitely advise anybody who is looking for new stuff for their beds. You should definitely think about an alpaca blanket and maybe some merino sheep wool underlay. And definitely get a little harder mattress, because if you got a topper anyways, you just wanna lay on top or not inside of your mattress. But yeah, with all of this stuff, sleep is just so much better these days. I think we are finally there. And I'm way too high. Oh my gosh. Just 1,500 meters too high. I have no idea how that even happened. Alright, we're closing in. There's a sim crossing. I always dislike when the airports are just starting on a sim crossing. That is never a good idea. Whoa, what just happened? Okay, that was very weird. We've already been inside of the sim, and suddenly we get teleported out of it. At least we arrived in one piece. There we go. Ba-dum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Oh, my animations are still messed up. Oh, maybe just this one. Yeah, if I revoke the permissions, then I can't get teleported. I wonder why we always end up in this silly little airport over here. It's not like there's like 50 different airports on Second Life or something. Oh my gosh. It is so laggy. I'm not going back there. Alright. Delta Airlines. I wonder what happened to Alpha to Gamma. And we are back to a road vehicle again. Maybe we are ending on the Marauder. If I can find it. There we go. So since this is a 7-leg drive, an 8-leg drive, I think this is the second last leg. So maybe 15 to 20 minutes left. This has been quite a long drive again. It wasn't as bad as the last one, or the second last one, but I always prefer when we are doing actual stuff on the drives. But it's really just traveling really long distances. And it is just not very entertaining for most of the people. I think the game that we are playing next week is an origami game, which I'm kind of excited about. It looked really cute. I tried to play some sort of city builder simulator today, but oh my gosh, that was a bad game. The text was so small I could barely read anything. Alright, we are going south. Yeah, that is pretty fitting, I guess. Stuff is just going south. It is quite rare that we go down here. Oh my gosh, I almost missed the road. I did not expect just some end of the road there. Why is the hydrant blue? I don't think that I've ever seen blue fire hydrants. That is so weird. Okay, we still ended up at the same road than usual. So nothing really new here. Right. Oh my gosh. I'm actually currently thinking about streaming on Twitch. Since we are putting a hold on the second life videos, there's really no reason anymore to stick to YouTube only, but even if I stream on Twitch, I still upload all of the videos on YouTube, so you're not missing out on anything, but there's a possibility that if you wanna check the live streams, you probably have to join my Twitch, which I have not used in ages. But I think the options are just much better for live streaming on Twitch. And I've been watching YouTube for quite a while, and I really don't like how dependent my channel is on the YouTube algorithm. Some of my videos just don't get spread at all, and it is really annoying, to be honest. Also, a lot of people don't really want to watch stuff live on YouTube, so you still get videos on demand. But should I decide to do this, I will definitely make another short video about it, so that all of you guys know about it. Giving you some time to click the like and follow button on Twitch. The Germanic spot area. Okay, I definitely know where we are going. This is gonna be quite a drive though, but I'm pretty sure that it's not 40 minutes. So there's definitely a teleporter involved. If I had to guess, then it's maybe 5 to 7 minutes. Which is still a long drive, but much better than 40 minutes. There are some really strange buildings on the side of the road. There's no side guards again. I remember the last time. Yep, I don't want to try this bridge on gear 3. Oh my gosh. Yes, that is exactly why. That almost ended really bad. Alright, we are already on the snow area. Germanics is basically on the other side of it. I think I saw something in the note cards about a soccer game or something. I guess we find out when we get there. Honestly, after all of these cold weeks, I don't really need any more snow. But whatever. I really wish that we would have some stable conditions at maybe 22 degrees Celsius. That would be very fantastic. I mean, I'm not really very fragile for cold, but... or sensitive for cold, but... I don't know, I think it doesn't need to be too cold. And it's not too much fun to always sit under a blanket. I mean, blankets are definitely cozy, but I don't like the effect on the heating costs. The smugglers airport over here. And we're getting closer. But I think we need to go left on the next turn. There we go. I know my route. Oh, I better do, because they do not rest anymore. That is next level driving. Alright. Oh my gosh. Just slightly got off the road. I was just really worried that there was a pretty good chance that we could have just ended up under the road by just glitching through it, but everything worked out in the end. I still remember that there used to be a little bookshop over here which was really looking super nice, but it eventually closed down. I think it was over here on the left. It's very interesting that over here in the snowy region, it is very rare that there are some parcels for sale on the roadside. Oh my gosh. It makes me kind of wonder who would want to live in an area that is always winter. Oh no. We just lost our Richter. Okay, and the region crossing failed. That is not good. Did we crash? I think we crashed. Oh my gosh. That is so bad. Yeah, nothing happens. Okay, let me just restart the viewer really quick. Gosh, dang it. Come on, just close. I know you wanna. Here we go. I just hope that the hut remembers where we were. Almost there. Initializing catch. And the logging screen. Oh, we actually started in the winter area again. Nice. And we're officially back. Just lost the vehicle though. We can still fly. We are almost at the Germanics area anyways. I feel a little bit underdressed for this area. I don't even want to know how many flies I got on my face after this. Alright, the last curves. There would have definitely been a faster way to Germanics. That is not the road. Okay, we are getting closer to the bridge with the lightning bridge below. There it is. It's been quite a while since we river rafted below the bridge. I think we have not done this for at least 3 or 4 years. Which is a shame, because we are always just arriving in this area, but We are never really exploring the water side of it. It would be so easy to just rest a little boat on the icy area. Oh my god, they are still building this. I remember when I first found out that there's new stuff being built here, but that must have been months ago. And they are still building on this. That is wild. It kinda looks really shabby. I wonder why they even buy this area in the first place if they just give up building after just a few days, probably. Not even weeks, just days. Well, we are almost there. There's the airport. And after the next turn, we finally reach Chamonix, the sports arena. And there comes the turn. I have to make sure that you don't touch the parcels on the left, because there is some instant banning areas that do not threat and just return your vehicles untouched. Oh, I forgot that these are non-flying areas. But it seems that we got racing rights. So let's just get some vehicle out. Maybe. It is really laggy still. Here we go. Don't really need the Marauder or the Super A. We are already really close. But I didn't want to walk over there. I think we just missed the turn because of the lag. Here we go. Chamonix. Yeah, I kinda got a feeling that we were supposed to take the turn there. Did I just hit something? It doesn't look like there's something. Okay, maybe just the ground being very nasty. Alright, let's see where we have to go. Yeah, that is a very helpful sign. If it just was a little higher. Nope, it's not in this one. I guess we're going to the area over there. Or maybe not. I get the feeling that I'm probably supposed to be lower or something. Or maybe not. Did I take a wrong turn somewhere or what happened? Very strange. Okay, there's definitely no tunnel here. So let me just see if there's something below. There's nothing below. Okay, the hut is just really strange. And I guess we're just walking through the parking lot again. Without doing anything here. Great. Am I supposed to go up the mountain over here? What the hell? I'm not sure if this is what they planned me to do. Definitely looks like it though. This is not looking right. What the hell? Was I supposed to be teleported somewhere? Wait a second. Make your way down to the field, blah blah blah, exit to the tunnel. Failure finding action offset. Oh, we got an action offset error. That is unfortunate. I guess we are just... I have no idea, but I guess we had to be teleported. So let me just check the note card. How are they even testing this stuff? Unbelievable. Come on. So we ended up over here, I think. Watch the game. What inside? Wait a minute. We skipped all of this, I think. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we went over here and then we just skipped next to over here. And then we were supposed to be in Soul Giver and Citadel Road Vehicle. So we're just going to Soul Giver, I guess. Which is very far away, oh my god. Alright. I'm not sure if this is the right... Oh, we are pretty far up in the sky. Okay, that definitely explains things. Go to height 0. Here we go. Interesting area. I still don't think that this is where we were supposed to be, but... Very interesting area. Holy moly, that is looking sick. That is so sick. Wow. What is this though? Oh, it's a mermaid's tail. Okay. I really love this area though. This is so sick. But how do we get down to the road? Oh, I thought there was some way over here. Maybe not. Let's see if we can get to the area over here that seems to be a racing zone. And go to height 0. There we go. Yeah, that's more like it. I think this is where we were supposed to be. Let's finish the drive on the supercard. Or the hypercard, I think it's called. Same thing. I just don't really remember if we need the camera hut for this. But I think we find out pretty soon. Alright, 5 minutes is not too bad. We really almost used every single vehicle today. Aside of train stuff. But most of the people don't like train stuff anyways. I think we once did a poll and a lot of people actually disliked flying over trains. Which was quite surprising, to be honest. But I guess it makes sense, since if you fly on Second Life, you don't really have anything to look at. And if you just drive or use a boat or something, there's at least something that you can look at that is world building around you, and it is not so boring. Especially on longer legs. I can't believe we are already on this for 1 hour 40. That's crazy. But I'll definitely report the mistakes in the leg 7 after the drive. Oh my gosh. I did not see that coming. I don't think that we can get out of here without, yeah, just some editing. It was a little oopsie. We are still not on the road. There we go. Okay, we're almost back. There we go. That would have probably happened with any vehicle though. But most of them would have made it out of there again. The hypercut, as nice as it is a bit flat. So, the smallest hills are already a problem. There's a crossing. Then again, usually you would not use a cart on the road. But I just felt like it. So I think that today I will make paella for dinner. That sounds like a plan. I really like paella. Last weekend I actually made some red cabbage and a lot of rice and had some chicken. That was a feast, oh my gosh. Nope, it's the next one. I feel like we just drove up here on the third leg. Now we're already recycling stuff on the same drive. That is wild. So yeah, definitely a good decision that this is the last drive for a while. At least on stream. I can still do them on my own, but I don't think that we should waste our streaming time on the drives again. At least for a bit. Maybe we return to it one time, but... or one day. I just don't want you guys to be bored. This seems to be a nice area though. The advantage of the hypercard is that it's a bit slower, so the area around got some time to rest, and you also got some more time to look at stuff. The downside is that it's also taking longer to get to stuff. Yeah, we are literally going the same way again. That is wild. That is very wild. Also, it's very interesting to see that this has been the city with a lot of automatic vehicles, and it's entirely gone. Which is great, because it was such a laggy area. So, finally good that this area vanished. I wonder what's coming next. And we are almost there. I still feel a little bit sorry for the last time we did the drive. And I pretty much cut short the review of the reward vehicle, but I really was not in the mood anymore. Oh my gosh. Today we definitely look at the stuff that we get. It is a huge vehicle, oh my gosh. And just because I no longer want to stream the drives doesn't mean that I dislike them in general. It is just how they go recently that I don't agree with. And it's just not very streamable anymore, so... But I'm still very glad that we got some sponsors still, and a lot of people seem interested in them. That is nice. So I'm definitely not totally against them or hating on them. It is just they need to find it back to what they used to be. Or at least to get a little bit more interesting again. Oh, this one has not sponsored a drive in quite a while. We used to be here for a lot of times. Alright, are we going up again? Usually we're just going up the staircase. Probably not this time. Oh, the drive is finally completed. Alright, and it only took us 1 hour 50 almost. Well, that's not fair because I was a little bit off for maybe 2 or 3 minutes. And we had to restart the fewer ones. So maybe 1 hour 40. That is still a long drive though. Okay, let's check out the reward that we got. The Strada sounds kind of familiar. I thought that it came boxed. I still think that we already got this. Nope. Oh wait, let me look here. Strada. Nope, we did not get this before. Alright then. It's a sports car, and we don't. Yes, we do. I did not expect to have some edit rights on this. That's a cute one there. It almost looks like a Mazda. Alright, so yeah, on this one, almost looks like a Lamborghini though. A bit of a crossover between Diavolo and Murcielago. At least I think it is. It looks a bit like it. There was another one, I think it started with D, but I don't remember the name. So if you wanna edit it, just click select face. And then you can edit the color. But we don't try this now. Let me just check the options that we got. We got graphics. Oh, I can change the color easily, okay. Let's see, we can make it pure black. Oh, that is very black. Obviously. Alright, so what else do we have? Pastel colors. Blue and yellow. Metal blue and magenta and red. Is there some pink? There's gray. That's almost silver. Okay, that looks a bit green to me, but okay. Oh, there's pink. Oh my gosh, that is very pink. That is a bit salmon, I think. That is almost red, so that's not really a good pink. I guess we can go with this one. Alright, back to the menu. Options. We got the passenger, the graphics, the controls, the camera. Let's see the controls. Yeah, you got full controls over this. That is good. You got cruise and engine. Let's click on the engine. Oh my gosh, this is the fast one. I guess I should have expected it. Alright. Yeah, if it was my vehicle, then I would definitely reduce the speed a bit. And also the steering, because the steering is a bit very sensitive, I think. But it's a good vehicle in general. And so far, I think we don't need a camera HUD for this. Let's just do a few more crossings. Yeah, the camera stays behind us, which is good. That is not too bad, to be honest. So you should definitely finish this drive. And if it's just for the reward vehicle, oh my gosh. It almost lost a crash. And we are stuck. There we go. Let's see if we can fix it. Options, controls. I think the steering first. Oh, it's at 3, that's a lot. Yeah, maybe. I'm very strange, okay. If we click the minus, we go down an entire point, and if we go the plus, we just go up in tens. That is strange. Okay, I think it is good. Let's see. The speed is a bit too much, and the turbo is already disabled, so that is crazy. Oh, there's also the advanced settings, which are usually quite useless, but alright. Let's go back to the options. The controls, because there's still the gears. Yeah, that's wide, oh my god. I usually start at 20 or 30 and then I go up to 40 or 50. And this is really wild. But it would take far too long for this. So let's just... Oh, that's not too bad. So, yeah, the first one is way too much too. Okay. And the third one, maybe 65 is okay. And I don't think that we ever drive in the Ford, but let's go down to 80. And there we go. So let's see if it helped at all. Oh yes, there is a difference like night and day. This is so much more controllable. Look at this, it's almost flying over the road. Yeah, I always advise people to go down on steering, and I don't know why the creators just make the cars so fast. Second Life doesn't allow you to drive this fast. There's no way that you ever drive 600 Okay, we just got a little error message, but that is not a big deal. We also get them in the Marauder. That is a wild ride. Oh my gosh. Once you start to steer against it, then... Oh my gosh, yeah, that was bad. Once you start steering against it and leaving the road, there's no way back. It is just going from left to right and left again. I think we have to restart the engine. Here we go. So it seems that the car is currently automatic, but you can also switch to manual. But it's not bad, to be honest. Once you tweaked it a little bit, it's definitely comfortable to drive. I don't like that it's losing the speed so fast. The moment I go off the forward button, it loses speed really fast. But yeah, definitely a very nice vehicle. Alright, I think that's all for... Oh my gosh. Interesting looking Japanese area. But it's not enterable. That's a shame. Anyways, I was about to close the stream. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. We will see again on Saturday next week, where we will be playing a little game instead of a drive. And then I guess we're just looking how things are going forward from there. Thank you very much for watching this far, is you that. Again, if you like the content, please consider to like and subscribe, because it really helps the channel. Alrighty, I'll see you next time. Have a nice day. Bye!